The quiet struggle of aging feet. Imagine this. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. You wake up with the sun, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and step outside to enjoy the fresh air. But as soon as your feet hit the floor, something feels off. They feel heavy, tight, maybe even swollen, like they're carrying more than just your weight. You glance down and notice it: puffiness around your ankles, socks that feel tighter than usual, or shoes that no longer slip on with ease. It's not painful, not yet anyway, but it's uncomfortable. And you know it's going to get worse by the end of the day. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of seniors across the United States live with swollen feet, a condition known medically as edema. It's often brushed off as just part of getting older, but the truth is, it doesn't have to be. Swelling may be common, but it's not normal. And more importantly, it's not inevitable. This guide is for every man and woman over 60 who's ever looked at their feet and wondered, why do I feel like I'm walking through water all day? Whether you've been dealing with mild puffiness or persistent heaviness in your lower legs, this is your roadmap to understanding why it happens and what you can do about it. By the time you finish reading, you'll have a clear plan to reduce swelling naturally, improve circulation, and finally feel light on your feet again. Why do my feet swell so easily now? Understanding the hidden causes. Let's start with the big question. Why does this happen? As we age, our body undergoes changes, some obvious, others subtle. Our skin becomes thinner. Our hair turns gray. And yes, our circulatory system begins to show signs of wear and tear. The heart, veins, and kidneys, which work together to regulate fluid balance, don't function quite as efficiently anymore. This means fluids can pool in the lowest parts of the body, especially after long periods of sitting or standing. But there's more to it than just aging. Common triggers of foot swelling in seniors: sitting or standing too long. Ever notice how your feet swell after watching a movie marathon or gardening all afternoon? Gravity pulls fluid downward, and without regular movement, your body struggles to pump it back up. High-sodium diet. Salt holds onto water like glue. Too much sodium equals too much fluid retention. That's why a single high-salt meal can make your rings feel tight and your ankles look puffy. Medication side effects. Certain blood pressure medications, steroids, diabetes drugs, and even NSAIDs, like ibuprofen, can cause fluid buildup as a side effect. Underlying health conditions. Diabetes, heart failure, kidney disease, and thyroid issues can all disrupt your body's ability to manage fluids properly. Varicose veins or venous insufficiency. When the valves in your leg veins weaken, blood can flow backward and pool in your lower extremities, leading to swelling, discomfort, and even skin changes. Arthritis and inflammation. Inflammatory conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis can cause localized swelling and stiffness in the joints of the feet and ankles. Understanding these causes is the first step toward real relief. Because once you know what's triggering the puffiness, you can start turning the tide. Margaret from Florida. Margaret, 74, used to love going on long walks with her husband along the beach near their home in Tampa. But over the past few years, she noticed her feet would swell so badly by midday that she had to stop and rest every few minutes. At first, she thought it was just part of getting older, until her doctor explained how sitting for hours while reading or watching TV could cause fluid to pool in her legs. Once she started moving more regularly throughout the day, even just walking around the kitchen while waiting for tea to boil, her swelling improved dramatically. James from Ohio. James, 69, has been taking medication for high blood pressure for over a decade. He never gave much thought to his swollen ankles until one day he couldn't fit into his favorite pair of shoes. After checking online, he realized that calcium channel blockers, the very pills helping his heart, were likely contributing to the puffiness in his feet. With his doctor's guidance, he switched medications and added simple exercises like ankle pumps and foot circles into his daily routine. Within weeks, his feet felt lighter and his confidence returned. Who's most at risk? Recognizing your personal risk factors. Not everyone experiences foot swelling to the same degree, and that's because certain factors increase your likelihood of developing edema. Here are the top risk factors. Being overweight or obese. Extra weight puts added pressure on your circulatory system, making it harder for your body to return fluids from your legs back to your heart. Limited mobility. Seniors who walk less, use wheelchairs, or spend most of their time seated are more prone to fluid buildup in the lower limbs. Chronic health conditions. Conditions like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and chronic kidney disease interfere with the body's natural ability to regulate fluid levels. Medications. Some of the most commonly prescribed medications for seniors, including calcium channel blockers, corticosteroids, and antidepressants, list edema as a possible side effect. Family history or genetics. If your parents or siblings struggled with varicose veins or chronic swelling, you may be genetically predisposed to similar issues. Knowing where you stand helps you take control, and taking control is exactly what will help you do next. Linda from California. Linda, 65, has struggled with her weight for most of her adult life. She used to be active, but after knee surgery 5 years ago, she became more sedentary. Her doctor warned her that being overweight put extra pressure on her veins, making her more prone to swelling. After joining a local senior walking group and losing just 10 pounds, Linda found that her feet no longer swelled up as quickly, and she felt better overall. Robert from Illinois. Robert, 71, is a retired teacher who spends a lot of time reading and doing crossword puzzles. He always assumed his swollen feet were due to aging, until his wife pointed out that both of his parents had struggled with varicose veins. A quick checkup confirmed that he had venous insufficiency, a condition where the valves in the leg veins don't work properly. Once he started wearing compression socks and elevating his legs daily, his symptoms improved significantly. Home remedies that really work, from elevation to Epsom salt baths. When it comes to reducing foot swelling, small lifestyle changes can make a huge difference. Let's explore some powerful, science-backed remedies you can start using today. No doctor's visit required. 1. Elevate your legs. The power of gravity. Elevating your feet above the level of your heart is one of the simplest, most effective ways to reduce swelling. How to do it? Lie down on your back. Prop your legs up on pillows so they're higher than your chest. Stay like this for 15 to 20 minutes, ideally twice a day. Why it works? Gravity works in your favor when your legs are elevated. Fluids that have pooled in your feet and ankles begin to flow back toward your heart, reducing puffiness and improving circulation. Pro tip: try doing this while watching your favorite TV show. It's a great way to turn self-care into a relaxing ritual. 2. Soak in an Epsom salt bath, nature's anti-inflammatory. Warm water plus Epsom salt equals magic for tired, swollen feet. How to do it? Fill a tub or basin with warm water, not hot. Add 1 to 2 cups of Epsom salt. Soak your feet for 15 to 20 minutes. Why it works? Epsom salt contains magnesium, a mineral that relaxes muscles, reduces inflammation, and draws excess fluid out through the skin. Plus, the warmth soothes aching joints and improves blood flow. Bonus: add a few drops of lavender essential oil for a spa-like experience that calms both body and mind. 3. Stay hydrated. Yes, even when you're retaining water. It might sound counterintuitive, but drinking enough water is key to reducing fluid retention. How much should you drink? Aim for at least 8 glasses, about 64 ounces, per day. If you're active or live in a hot climate, aim higher. Why it works? Dehydration tricks your body into holding onto water like a survival mechanism. Staying hydrated tells your body it's safe to flush out excess fluids and toxins. Pro tip: keep a reusable water bottle with you throughout the day. Set reminders on your phone if needed. 4. Cut back on salt. Flavor without the bloat. Salt isn't the enemy, but too much of it absolutely is. What to avoid? Processed foods, deli meats, canned soups, frozen dinners. Fast food, packaged snacks. Better alternatives: fresh herbs, basil, rosemary, thyme, garlic and onion powder, lemon juice, vinegar, spices like turmeric, cumin, and paprika. Why it works? Too much sodium causes your body to retain water, which leads to bloating and swelling. Reducing salt intake gives your body permission to let go of that extra fluid. 5. Wear compression socks, gentle support for better circulation. Compression socks apply gentle pressure to your legs and feet, helping blood flow upward and preventing fluid from pooling. When to use them? During long flights or car rides. While working at a desk all day. For daily support if you have chronic swelling. Why it works? Think of compression socks as a gentle hug for your legs, encouraging blood to move where it should, instead of settling where it shouldn't. Helen from Texas. Helen, 78, loved gardening but found herself dreading it because her feet would swell up after just an hour outside. One day, her granddaughter suggested she try soaking her feet in Epsom salt after each session. Helen was skeptical but gave it a try. To her surprise, the warm soak not only eased the puffiness but also relaxed her tired muscles. Now, she makes it a ritual, pairing the soak with herbal tea and soft music for a peaceful end to her day. George from Georgia. George, 70, used to drink 2 cans of soup for lunch almost every day, a habit he picked up during his working years. When he started noticing his rings wouldn't fit and his socks felt tighter, he realized he might be eating too much salt. He swapped canned soups for homemade vegetable broths and seasoned his meals with garlic, lemon, and herbs instead of salt. Within just a couple of weeks, the swelling in his feet decreased noticeably. Simple exercises to improve circulation and reduce swelling. Movement is medicine, especially when it comes to swollen feet. You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment. Just a few minutes a day of simple, targeted exercises can make a world of difference. Let's break them down. 1. Ankle pumps, the bedside miracle move. How to do it. Sit or lie down comfortably. Point your toes up toward your head. Then point them down, like pressing a gas pedal. Repeat 20 times. Why it works. Ankle pumps mimic the pumping action of your calf muscles, pushing fluid out of your feet and back into circulation. Perfect for mornings, evenings, or any time you're resting. 2. Toe flex and spread, activate those tiny muscles. How to do it. Sit upright. Curl your toes under tightly. Then spread them wide and stretch. Repeat 10 to 15 times per foot. Why it works. These tiny movements stimulate the muscles in your feet and encourage lymphatic drainage, your body's natural way of removing excess fluid. Great for doing while watching TV or sipping tea. 3. Seated marching, get the blood flowing. How to do it. Sit on a sturdy chair. Lift one knee at a time, as if marching in place. Do 10 lifts per leg, alternating sides. Why it works. Even though you're seated, this motion activates your hip flexors and leg muscles, boosting circulation and preventing stagnation. Ideal for seniors with limited mobility. 4. Calf raises, strengthen the engine of your legs. How to do it. Stand behind a chair for balance. Rise up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly lower back down. Repeat 10 to 15 times. Why it works. Your calf muscles act like a secondary heart for your legs. Strengthening them helps pump blood and fluid back to your core. Do this near the kitchen sink while waiting for the kettle to boil, multitasking at its finest. 5. Foot circles, loosen up and let go. How to do it. Sit comfortably. Lift one foot off the ground. Rotate it slowly in circles, 10 clockwise, 10 counterclockwise. Repeat with the other foot. Why it works. Foot circles lubricate the ankle joint, improve flexibility, and encourage fluid to drain away from the foot. Use this as a grounding moment before bed. It's calming, meditative, and deeply therapeutic. Carol from New York. Carol, 66, recently moved into a retirement community and joined a gentle chair yoga class. During one session, the instructor introduced seated marching, lifting one knee at a time while sitting. Carol was surprised to learn how effective such a small movement could be. She now does it while watching the news, and she's noticed her feet feel lighter by bedtime. Frank from Michigan. Frank, 73, had trouble standing for long periods and often needed to sit down when running errands. His physical therapist recommended calf raises to help strengthen the second heart of his legs. Frank started doing them every morning while brushing his teeth. After just a few weeks, he could walk further without pain, and the swelling in his ankles began to fade. A 5-minute daily routine that can change everything. Consistency is key. That's why we've created a short, easy-to-follow routine you can do every day, morning, noon, and night. Morning, start with strength. Calf raises, 1 set of 10 to 15 reps. Ankle pumps, 1 set of 20 reps. Afternoon, keep moving. 10-minute walk around the house, yard, or neighborhood. Foot circles, 10 each direction per foot. Evening, wind down with care. Epsom salt soak, 15 minutes. Leg elevation, 15 to 20 minutes while relaxing. Stick with this for just 1 week, and you'll likely notice a real improvement. Lighter steps, looser socks, and a better mood overall. Nancy from Oregon. Nancy, 68, used to ignore her swollen feet until they started interfering with her bridge club outings. Her daughter helped her create a short, easy routine. Calf raises in the morning, a 10-minute walk around the neighborhood, and a foot soak before bed. Nancy stuck with it for a month, and by week 4, she was able to play cards all afternoon without needing to take her shoes off. Richard from Colorado. Richard, 70, lives alone and sometimes forgets to move around during the day. His nurse suggested setting alarms to remind him to do foot circles and ankle pumps. He paired the movements with his coffee breaks and evening news. Over time, he noticed less tightness in his socks and more energy in his step. When to see a doctor, knowing the red flags. While most foot swelling is harmless, sometimes it can signal something more serious. Seek medical attention immediately if you notice any of the following. Sudden, severe swelling. Swelling in only one leg. Pain, redness, or warmth in the affected area. Shortness of breath or chest pain. These could be signs of deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot, heart failure, or kidney disease, all of which require prompt treatment. Don't ignore your body's signals. Trust your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, talk to your doctor. Maria from Nevada. Maria, 67, woke up one morning with sudden, painful swelling in her left leg. She ignored it at first, thinking it was just a cramp. But when the pain didn't go away and her skin turned red and warm to the touch, she called her doctor. Tests revealed a blood clot, and thanks to early detection, she received treatment before anything serious happened. Tom from Washington. Tom, 72, had always been healthy until he started feeling short of breath and noticed his feet were swollen even in the morning. His wife insisted he see a cardiologist. It turned out he was showing signs of early-stage heart failure. With lifestyle changes and medication, Tom managed to reverse some of the damage and regain his strength. Stories of hope, real people, real results. Meet Margaret, 72, from Florida. She used to dread summer because her feet would swell so badly she couldn't wear sandals. After learning about elevation, Epsom salts, and daily ankle pumps, she was able to hike with her grandchildren again, pain-free. Then there's Tom, 68, from Colorado. He thought his swollen ankles were just part of aging, until he started wearing compression socks during his long drives. Now he travels cross-country without fear of discomfort. And Julia, 61, who discovered that cutting back on salt and adding more potassium-rich foods like bananas and spinach made her feel lighter almost overnight. These aren't miracle stories. They're real-life transformations that began with small, consistent choices. Nutrition and supplements. What to eat for healthy legs. Did you know your diet plays a major role in how your feet feel? Certain foods help reduce inflammation and promote healthy circulation, while others can worsen swelling. Foods that help reduce swelling. Leafy greens, kale, spinach. Berries, blueberries, strawberries. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural anti-inflammatory. Ginger and garlic. Potassium-rich foods, bananas, sweet potatoes, avocados. Foods to avoid. Salty snacks, sugary drinks, refined carbs, white bread, pastries. Fried foods, supplements that may help. Magnesium, omega-3 fish oil, vitamin B6, diuretic herbs, dandelion root, parsley. Always consult your doctor before starting any supplement regimen, especially if you're on medication. Lifestyle tweaks for long-term relief. Sometimes, the smallest changes make the biggest impact. Try these everyday tips. Take short walks every hour. Avoid crossing your legs for long periods. Sleep with a pillow under your feet. Choose comfortable, supportive shoes. Practice mindfulness or deep breathing to reduce stress. Stress, believe it or not, can contribute to inflammation, and inflammation fuels swelling. Putting it all together, your personalized plan. Every senior is different. That's why your approach should be tailored to your unique needs. We'll walk you through how to create your own customized plan based on your current symptoms, medical history, daily habits, goals, e.g., walking without pain, traveling comfortably. With the right strategy, you can say goodbye to swollen feet and hello to healthier, happier legs. You deserve to feel light again. Swollen feet may be common, but they don't have to be your new normal. You've spent decades building a life full of love, wisdom, and memories. Don't let something as preventable as foot swelling slow you down now. From simple home remedies to gentle exercises and smart nutrition, you have everything you need to reclaim your comfort and mobility. Take it one step and one small change at a time. And remember, you're never too old to feel good in your own skin.